I have something that I think could be nice news when it comes to Hedera. And what is that? It's about an article stating how not too long ago, a publicly traded company out in Australia actually acquired more HBAR. And before I get into why I think this could be so amazing for the future of Hedera, let's actually take a look at the details of this news. We take a look at this right here. We take a look at something called Novik Tech, right? Again, that's the Australian company I'm talking about. Strengthens Hedera partnership with additional HBAR token acquisition. Now, we take a look at, Novik Tech has acquired an additional 490,622 Hedera HBAR tokens for a total consideration of $150,000. Now, some people may think that, okay, this is actually not that much. It's kind of caca for a publicly traded company. But here's the thing, this company isn't the biggest out there. And not to mention, taking its total HBAR holding to over 1.5 million. So could you imagine that? Now, just think about this, right? Imagine if, let's say, we round things to a good number, right? 1.5 million. Could you imagine, let's say HBAR were to go to the price of $3, which is my price prediction, by the way, for HBAR during this board. At that point, their 1.5 million HBAR would be worth $4.5 million. Again, this is hypothetically, but could you imagine that? Isn't that amazing? But yeah, even besides that point, we take a look at also the move reflects the company's support for Hedera's groundbreaking distributed ledger technology and its alignment with Novik Tech's mission to deliver transparent and efficient ESG. And by the way, ESG stands for environmental, social and governance. But even besides that, ESG solutions. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, not to mention as well, Hedera's capabilities, it says right here, enables Novik Tech to deliver real-time, auditable, and scalable solutions across industries and address the growing demand for robust sustainability reporting and traceability systems. Porra, caralho! I mean, all of this right here is very amazing. I mean, you got to think about this, right? Even publicly traded companies out there in Australia are even acquiring HBAR. They understand how special it is. And by the way, I love Australia because here's the thing. I've been to Australia 3 times and I love it right there, right? Wow, Perth is, in my opinion, a very amazing city. I like the other cities as well, but I really love the Swan River. That's very amazing. But even besides that point, when I take a look at something like this, why do I think it's so bullish when it comes to, the future of Hedera? Because I think this, if anything, solidifies just how wonderful it is. Because we see oftentimes news about, companies acquiring Bitcoin. In some cases, Ethereum, that's not really breaking news, right? But then if you actually take a look at HBAR, that's a little bit more esoteric, I would say, right? It's a little bit like more niche. It's like, whoa, wow. Someone acquires HBAR, but I think it's about time HBAR gained that recognition because why not? It's good. And it has a better upside, in my opinion, hypothetically, than something like Ethereum or Bitcoin. So why would someone, or should I say, why would a large-scale enterprise or company, why would they acquire that? I just don't get it. If I was like, heading one of these like large-scale enterprises, instead of acquiring Bitcoin or Ethereum, I'd be like, nah, scratch that. I was like, what are you guys doing? No, we're acquiring something like HBAR instead. There's way better projects, in my opinion, if we're looking for hypothetical upside when it comes to, just the cryptocurrency space other than like Bitcoin or Ethereum. I get it. They're a little bit more safe. But if, there is like too much safety, where's the fun in that, in my opinion? At least not financial advice. That's the way to take a look at it. And why would Hedera be caca? It's not caca, in my opinion. Hedera Hashgraph, a directed acyclic graph. This is pretty much game, set, match right there. It pretty much defeats, like, in my opinion, 99% of the layer 1 blockchains out there. I mean, you got to consider how, Hedera Hashgraph, it doesn't use traditional blockchain technology. The way I take a look at it is that this is, fundamentally a lot better when compared to many of its competition, because when compared to blockchain technology, typically, a directed acyclic graph is usually a lot faster, a lot more scalable. Usually data storage is improved by a whole lot. And usually energy consumption is a lot less. Like for instance, Hedera per transaction on average consumes less energy than like Solana, Cardano. I'm very bullish on Cardano, by the way, but I have to say this anyways. You take a look at Ethereum and so many others, right? So when I take a look at something like, Hedera, I think it's pretty much one of the best out there. And I think this right here could very well just be the beginning of what, Hedera could be in the future. I think that, again, in the future, once more and more enterprises start acquiring HBAR, I think it could very well start this domino effect, if that makes sense. Now, again, Novik Tech, right? In this case, an Australian publicly traded company. It's not the biggest out there. Like, I didn't even know, that this company existed. before this news, but you know what? Good news is good news at the end of the day. At least that's the way I take a look at it. You know what I mean? French fries to me, if it's good, it's good. Doesn't matter if it's from like McDonald's or wherever, right? To me, I like that. So here's the thing. When I take a look at Hedera, I think brighter days are ahead. You know, I made such a good call on HBAR, by the way. And I can't really say I'm surprised because, you know, typically I hypothetically, in my opinion, have made some historically pretty good calls. Take a look at Floki. You know, take a look at, again, HBAR. Also, take a look at, you know, my calls on SNEC, a Cardano meme coin. Take a look at the call I made on Cardano's native token called ADA. You know, so here's the thing. When I take a look at my predictions, hypothetically, I think they're pretty good, but I think hypothetically, HBAR does still have more room to grow because $3, that's still my price target for HBAR during this bull run. And again, market cap considering current circulating supply at that point is around $115 billion. I get it. It's around a 10x from here, at least from the time I made this video, because HBAR is just going half. You know, but when I said this, like in early 2023, or like, you know, just around that year, right? Did anyone believe me that HBAR was ever going to reach the price of $3? Now people think it's bearish. Now here's the thing. It's very easy to change the sentiment, right? But I think when it comes to HBAR, the growth could hypothetically vary, or should I say be very exponential after it crosses the price of $1. Why is that? It's because here's the thing. Take a look at Cardano's native token called ADA. Back in 2021, it had a very tough time going from the price of around 3 cents to $1. But then soon after that, $2, then wave and beyond, right? So if you actually take a look at it, sometimes people, they want to have confirmation before they FOMO in. But I don't want to wait for that. That's why I've been acquiring HBAR for almost 2 years at this point. You know, pretty much 2 years, right? But even besides that point, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to acquire because I think that there are brighter days ahead. You know, in my opinion, again, $1, I think hypothetically easy peasy. $2, I don't see why not $3. I mean, come on, man. A market cap of around $115 billion. That's not insane in my opinion. If something like BNB can reach over 100 billion, why can't HBAR do the same? That's just the way to take a look at it. I think HBAR is very dynamic, or should I say, you know, Hedera, because it is fundamentally amazing. And I think that its community is very passionate. It's not the biggest out there, but it doesn't really matter in my opinion. And not to mention as well, when it comes to Hedera, another project I'm very bullish on that is on Hedera, by the way, is Saucer Swap. Allegedly the first ever decentralized exchange to launch on Hedera. And this right here, I'm very bullish on as well. You know, but again, only time will tell. But the way I take a look at it is that if I'm bullish on Hedera, why wouldn't I be bullish on Saucer Swap? That's just my opinion. But besides that point, I think Hedera has brighter days ahead. I'm excited to see what other enterprises, you know, announce that they are actually acquiring more HBAR, because I think, you know, that could create a lot of positive sentiment for the community. And also on top of that, I think it's a great news of what is to come in the future, but only time will tell, you know. But of course, I'll keep everyone updated. But again, HBAR, the price of $3, that's still my price prediction for HBAR during this bull run, because I think HBAR is that amazing. You know, I think Hedera is pretty much one of a kind. And when you have a governing council like Hedera that includes Google, LG, you know, you take a look at Mondelez, which their brands include like, you know, Oreo and Cliff, you know, like the Cliff Bar, you know. But yeah, besides that point, also their governing council actually includes Boeing. And yes, I'm talking about like, you know, the airplane, like the aviation company, right? This is how amazing Hedera is. But in my opinion, brighter days are ahead. And again, HBAR, the price is $3. That's still my price target for this bull run. And some people out there, they like to ask me, why don't I have like a mic stand, right? And it's because I like this a lot better. Like, you know, I just like to hold it in my hand a lot better. And because I'm left-handed, I like to hold it in my left hand. That's just the way I take a look at it. But yeah, besides that point, you know, it's not that I don't want to buy a stand. I have multiple stands, but I just like holding it better because that way, you know, it forces me to talk closer to the mic. Sometimes if I have a stand, I'm just like talking back here or like way out here. And then like, you know, it just creates bad audio and I don't want that. So yeah, that's why I hold it in my hand. But even besides that point, again, $3, that's still my price target. And I'm staying patient and I really can't wait. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.